You're tuned in to the DMV Hoops Podcast.
This is John Inscriptor, head girls basketball coach at St. John's College High School, and this is the DMV Hoops Podcast.
Welcome to the DMV Hoops Podcast, the DMV's home for high school basketball. Hosted by Kirk Cross and featuring Chelsie Cross. We bring you the latest news, interviews, rankings, recruiting buzz, and standout performances from the public and private school basketball scene across Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. Stream us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Buzzsprout, YouTube, and everywhere podcasts are heard. Now, let's get into it. Here's your host, Kirk Cross.
Welcome to the DMV Hoops Podcast. As always, I'm Kirk Cross. She is
Chelsie Cross.
And I'm not used to you being on that side of me at the broadcast table. I need you on this side of me. We are at the High Academic Showcase, produced and put on and sponsored by Pro Skills Basketball on the campus of Stevenson University. Chelsie, talk to me about where we are, what we're doing. What have you gotten me into here?
Yeah, so we're at Stevenson at the Pro Skills Basketball High Academic Showcase. And this is a showcase where lots of high school players across the DMV come to show off their talent to some college coaches. And they're good in the classroom as well as on the court. And they're showing these coaches what they're made of.
And we've got probably 3 or 4 dozen players. We've got a couple dozen coaches. We do hope to get the Stevenson University coach on our podcast before too long. I see a young man from Bullis right there. We've got kids from Loyola Blakefield, Walter Johnson, Whitman. We've got kids from Avalon, Bullis, St. Albans. You name it. We've got kids. Actually, you have a roster of kids. If you want to talk to me about where some of these kids and coaches are from, Chelsie, this is just high-stakes basketball right here. We're going to get some games. We're going to get some skills going on. We're going to get coaches on the podcast, players on the podcast. Hell, we might get parents on the podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know, but talk to me about who we have represented here today, Chelsie.
Yeah, I mean, we have players from the private and public school high school circuits. We have kids from Sandy Spring Friends, St. Albans, Fairfax High School, Oxon Hill High School, Georgetown Day, and we have a lot of representation from all across the DMV. Everyone is representing Virginia and DC and Maryland, and I love to see that.
When you say the DMV, you've got Baltimore here, you've got kids from Loudoun County here. I'm looking at, that looks like Loyola Blakefield right there.
Yep.
We've got kids from all over the place. This is an opportunity for these kids to show what they've got, to play together, to learn some skills, find out what college coaches are looking for, not just on the 94 by 50, but what sort of student athlete, remember the name student comes first, the kind of student athlete they're looking for. Before we do anything, though, we would be remiss if we didn't thank Pro Skills Basketball and Coach James Meredith. He invited us here. We are thankful for the hospitality. This is a beautiful facility here in Owings Mills, Maryland. I'm sorry that it's raining today, but hey, if the sun were shining, it would be just as beautiful of a campus. Stevenson University so far is treating us well, and it's great to be back. You know, since Summer League just over a month ago, we finished with the Capital Hoops Summer League Championship, sponsored by the DMV Hoops Podcast,
yes.
Sponsored by, folks like Koki, sponsored by the Athlete Amplifier, sponsored by Dynamic DJ Entertainment, Lito's Pizza, and a ton of other sponsors, Spark DMV. But since that 5 weeks ago, we've been on a few vacations.
Yes.
We've gotten our rest. In exactly 1 week, someone's moving into their college dorm, and I won't say who that is, but it's nice to get back to basketball.
Definitely.
What are you expecting to see here today, Chelsie?
I'm expecting to see kids that don't normally play together, and that'll be exciting to see.
There's basketball IQ right there.
Yeah, and I think with that, seeing how players adapt to different environments, because they aren't playing with kids that are on their school team necessarily, not necessarily kids that are on their AAU team. So it'll be exciting to see how these kids play with different players and different player styles.
Absolutely, 100%. And that's where you find out where that basketball IQ comes into play. I haven't played with these kids before, but you know what? It's still a round ball. The basket is still 10 feet above the ground. You know, the three-point line is still 19-9 or 21-9, 22-6, whatever you play. It's still 94 by 50, and you still got to get up and down the court.
Right.
Regardless. You got to dish the ball. You know what? You got to rebound offensively and defensively. You got to do all of those things. So in that respect, basketball is universal. And if you played on one pickup court, you played on another pickup court. And today, this is going to be a lot of pickup basketball. I'm sure there'll be some structure, but it's going to be a lot of pickup basketball. We're under 1 minute to go before I believe they kick this thing off because we're a little bit early. Shout out to Adam. Adam is right here. He's going to be our man on the sideline, on the floor, getting interviews on the game floor. We're up above. We're on the terrace level where we have a great view.
Definitely.
We can see everything. And I would say right now I'm looking at 50 or 60 kids.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? Am I off? Or?
Yeah, I think we're looking at around 50 to 60. If anything, I'd say more.
Right? And I think we're looking at least a dozen pro skills basketball folks. And I'm looking over there. I've seen coaches upstairs, downstairs, everywhere. We've got coaches here. From what schools do we have coaches representing, Chelsie?
We have Hood College. We have Pratt Institute. We have Frostburg. We have...
I saw Salisbury.
Yep, Salisbury. Maybe it's Salisbury, not Frostburg.
Okay, of course we've got Stevenson here.
Yeah, of course. And we have a lot of college coaches, mostly from the East Coast. And it's just really exciting because there's schools that maybe I haven't heard of before, but it's exciting to see that these coaches want to get out and support and enhance their program. You know, we have Goucher, and we have a lot of...
McDaniel, don't forget McDaniel.
We have a lot of coaches that played for the program that they now coach for, or recently played. Like
grad assistants, right?
Yeah, recently played or were at the school within the past 5 years.
And we got players going to the baseline. I think we're about to start. Adam, let's see if we can get Coach Jack on the podcast. Jack right there is from Stevenson University. Let's see if we can get him on the podcast in the next few minutes. Yeah. All right. So we know everyone's on the baseline. It's quiet now.
Very quiet.
I feel like we're on display.
I feel like we shouldn't be talking.
Coach James Nader is addressing everyone. And I would say, yeah, we've got 40, 50 kids at least down there on the baseline of all varying levels, and we are good to go. We're going to sign off here because I hope we get Coach Jack Boers on the podcast any moment now. This is the DMV Hoops Podcast. I'm Kurt Cross.
I'm Chelsie Cross.
And we will see you soon.
Thanks for tuning in to the DMV Hoops Podcast, your home for high school basketball coverage across the DMV. Be sure to subscribe, follow, and share the show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, YouTube, Buzzsprout, and everywhere podcasts are heard. Follow us on Instagram and X at DMV Hoops Podcast. The DMV Hoops Podcast is hosted by Kurt Cross, featuring Chelsie Cross. Thanks for listening.